If you clicked on this video, I'm assuming that you have some significant decision that you're making in your life, whether that's a change in your job, a relationship, where you're living, deciding that you want more out of your life. Whatever that decision is, you clicked on the right video. You are in luck. I'm going to share something that my mentor taught me that has helped me a lot in my life, and I'm going to be calling it the 1, 2, 3 method. So first, jump right into it, starting with 1. 1 is one love. 1 is wholeness. 1 is your dream, goal, or objective. If you don't have a vision for your life, then you will most likely work for someone that does. And if you don't have a vision for your life, you can find yourself getting caught in a crisis. And if you have a big enough dream, then you don't need a crisis to motivate you, to move you. When we move towards our goal, we make progress, we develop momentum, and when we stay stuck, we can call upon the pain teacher, and we can feel like we need to do something. Something needs to change, and often it appears in the form of pain. And that's not always bad, but when it's something that reoccurs again and again, it is a clear signal that it's time to change. So 1 is love. What would you love to do with your life? What would you do if anything was possible? Because it is all possible. It's all available. If you can imagine it, you can create it. Love. And when we move from this love in wholeness, we're acting out our soul's potential, what we came here to embody, what we came to evolve into. We're not chasing our dream because we need something to satisfy us, we need something to validate us. No, we chase our dream because we're here to play. This is what we came to do. So chasing that dream is the 1. The 2 is the 2 forces of the universe. You can think of yin and the yang. 2 forces. Everything in life is either growing or dying. It's either positive or negative. You can go through all the duality of this world. We move from the oneness, the non-dual state, into the duality. We actually have to apply this non-dual being into this 3D world. We live in a body. There's laws to life that govern reality. We have to respect that. And we do that by honoring the 2 forces in the universe. So if we are creating our dream, if we are creating a healthy lifestyle, if we're creating what we want to see in the world, what does that look like? If we are on the opposite side of that, if we are destroying our dream, if we're destroying our health, if we're destroying what we want to see in the world, we move into the negative. So it's black and white. And of course, there's shades of gray, but the fundamental, absolute breakdown of this dualistic nature of reality is yin and yang. So we can ask ourselves every moment of the day, is this creating or destroying? And then we move into 3 choices. 1 love, 2 forces, 3 choices. And so the 3 options, there's only 3 things we can choose to do in any moment. We can choose to take a step in the direction of our dream. We can choose to move in the way that we want to move in the world. We can choose to instantly gratify ourselves and move into something more shallow, we can move away from our dream and seek the short-term pleasure, which is where all of our addictions come in, all the escapism, all the things that we distract ourselves with instead of moving towards our dream. Or the third choice we have is we can do nothing, because maybe we don't have enough information, maybe we are lazy, maybe we don't know what to do, maybe we don't, like I said, maybe we don't have enough information. And so those are our three choices. We can either move towards our dream, we can move away from our dream, or we can do nothing. Those are our only options. And so what gets in the way of actually pursuing what we want to do, creating the dream life that we want, we need to have energy to overcome the momentum that we aren't moving in. If we imagine we are like a rock sitting somewhere and we want to move this rock up the mountain or down the mountain, wherever you want to put the rock, instead of being stuck where you are, you have to start moving it. You're going to have to start overcoming the inertia of your stuckness. Because typically, especially in my life, I found myself telling myself, I feel stuck. There's nothing I can do. And that is just the story that I was telling myself. It wasn't the reality of the situation. And that stuckness and feeling that inertia actually played an important role. Eventually, I could see in overcoming and moving that mountain. And there were lessons in that stuckness. And there's a time for the inertia. There's a time to be stuck. And then there's also a time to start moving, to start developing the momentum that gets us to where we want to be. And that momentum could be taking care of our health, whether that's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. We have to honor our body. We have to honor where we are. We have to be honest with where we are. And if you don't have your health, you really have nothing. So if you have your health in order, then you can start moving on to building more complex things, more interesting things, things that you are drawn to, that's your dream. So really getting that, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health, that's where the shadows come up. That's where the blocks come up. That's where the rubber meets the road, and you're going to have to do the inner work. And you're going to have to come back to the 1, 2, 3, the one love. What is your dream? What would you be willing to sacrifice to get to where you want to be? And another thing that I've noticed in my life is I'll feel this overwhelming negativity. My mental state just tells me, oh, it's not possible. It's not worth doing. You're just going to be where you are the rest of your life. And that's not the love. That's the going into the two forces. That's falling into the negative force. And so I just have to remind myself, anytime I have this negative thought, negative emotion about the future that I should be excited and grateful for, that's coming, that I know is possible, I have to switch and move into that positive state. And then I choose, okay, what would the person in my shoes do to create their dream? If I was someone else, what would I do? How would I approach this problem? And then I can look at examples, I can look at mentors, I can look at all the different people I've worked with and the examples in life of time and time again, just because it's difficult, just because it doesn't happen right away, you have to put in the work sometimes for a while. You have to develop your discipline, you have to develop your character, you have to become the person that would lean into the challenges of life to get to where you want to go. So that is the 1, 2, 3 method you can use whenever you're faced with a decision, some significant decision. Every day we make decisions. Some are more significant than others. So if it's something that's very important to you, try the 1, 2, 3 method and then come back to it anytime throughout the day that you're thinking of this. Keep replaying this in your mind and let me know how it works out for you. It's helped me a bunch in my life and a bunch of other things. I love working with people one-on-one, getting their health in order, getting their dream in order, overcoming all their shadows to become the genius that they were born to be. That is my work here on Earth. And if you're interested, you can book a session on my website. Love hearing from you guys. It's been great talking to everybody from around the world. I love you. Have a great day.